welcome to Ray and Jenny's Top 100 Games of our Collection. We're laughing right now because we're having a discussion on whose fault it is we're doing them.
I blame him. He blames me.
Well, I accept blame, pretend to care, and do you want an insincere apology?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It was his idea to rank our games right now. That he will take blame for. So
the reason, or I guess we should talk about what we thought about when we were ranking them. A couple of caveats. These are only games we own. I was able to get a couple of games recently that I was looking for through Facebook Marketplace and the like. But for the most part, we focused on games we own. We focused on, we used PubMeeple. I'll put the link in the description, their ranking engine. And we started this because it's that time of the year where Tom Vassell and the Dice Tower do their top 100 games of all time. So it got us in the mood. We did discover something else, though.
Yeah, we discovered our top 100s overlap a lot. So between our two top 100s, we have 139 games.
Now, that being said, she's wrong about the placements, except for one.
Yeah, we have one exact same rank, but everything else, they tend to be diametrically opposite parts of the list.
Well, she doesn't like good games. That's okay.
No, that's his fault.
So
we tried to compare when we were looking at a game. We assumed we had unlimited time to play a game, and that which one would we want to play. And it's really hard to decide on that because so many games, it depends on what mood I'm in, who I'm playing with. Because there's some games, I'm not in the mood for a heavy game, not in the mood for a light game. Or I really enjoy this game because I play it with my kids. I might not particularly like the game, but I like playing it with my kids. Yeah. So therefore, I like the game. So it's hard to judge sometimes why a game ended up. I mean, I think the top 10 pretty,
Well, I'll play the top 10. I'll make time for the top 10s.
Yes. But we tried to use that caveat that, okay, we're not in a time crunch, unlimited time. We weren't trying to compare time frames. Because in the past, when we ranked games, sometimes I don't like either of these games, but this game's over in 15 minutes, so I'll pick this one over that one. We tried to take that a little bit out this time. At least I tried better.
Yep, she still doesn't like some good games, but we'll get to those later. So, all right, my number 100 is 1754 Conquest, the French and Indian War. I'm going to be honest with you. This could have been 1754 or the 1812. They're all pretty much the same. But they're Academy games. They're fun dudes on a map, or cubes on a map. Pretty quick, basic games. And there's some historical context too. So I really like this one. This is my number 100.
It's a good game. I think it could be higher, but
we should probably say while we're grabbing that one. Our list of games we played. So if we've kept the games, there's a reason we've kept it. And our list of games in Board Game Geek that we've played, gotten rid of, and everything's about 800. So you're talking out of 800 games. These are the ones that we find the top. So 100 is pretty good.
Yeah. My 100 is automobiles. So is a racing game, bag building. It's a lot of fun. Ooh. I really like that. If you screw up and make bad decisions and you get where, it can really affect you. Ray lost a game in the last round over where. One thing too that's really pushed this up is we were able to get the expansion that includes the 2-player maps, and since we play so many games 2-player, especially this year, that was a major bonus for us in getting this, and this was not, we had trouble finding it, but it was a major plus for us.
By the way, this is this ranking is essentially 2020's rankings. So I should always get those disclaimers out first.
Yeah.
Roll through the ages. I've got Bronze Age, counted Iron Age the same. I like this one. This is a roll and write. Got chunky wooden dice. Got some resources that you can keep, you can spend to get abilities. I really like this one. It's an older one, but they're pretty easy to find, and it's good. So
And
roll
the
through
nice
the ages.
wooden dice are really fun. Good quality. You feel like you've got a lot in that box, but it's not very big. Doesn't take up a lot of tail. It's quick and easy, but you feel like you did something.
So that was 99. What's your 99?
My 99 is a game he does not like, and that's Fleet the Dice game. Now, I like all the fleets. I don't mind the dice game. I like that it's a roll and write. There's a lot. You actually have 2 pieces of paper. You're keeping track of a lot of different things. His biggest complaint is he feels that if you're going to have that much, you might as well just play an actual board game. I don't mind that. I like it. I also really like the production quality. I mean, it's really nice looking paper that you're doing on, and again, I like that artwork and the theme. The dice are good quality. There's not a ton in here. Really, it's just a couple of pads of paper, but I enjoy the feel of it. I like all the little pieces of it. I like that you go fishing every other round, and so there's definitely a building. It's also not very long game.
No, that I'll give you that. So going on to 98, Icecool. Now, I'm not worried about spoilers. We're not gonna. This is not an overlap, but I just really like. It's a fun, quick flicking game. That's it. You're knocking penguins around to try and get as many fish with them as you can, and you're just flicking the penguin. Though I will say, the enjoyment of the game goes down if you flick one of the pointy noses on the penguins. That can leave a mark. So, but it's fun. It's quick. Icecool, my number 98.
It's a fun game, and the kids enjoy it. It's something to do. This is my 98. This is Ave Caesar. This is one of my Grail games that we managed to pick up last time we were in Michigan off Facebook Marketplace, and I was super excited, but we haven't got to play it yet. I think this will go up when we can start getting together in large groups and play, because this is not a 2-player game. This is one you want a group, racing. I'm really looking forward to being able to play it. So I think this is one that it's as low as it is because I haven't been able to play it. But hopefully that will change soon.
Yep. All right. So we're on to number 97, Forbidden Desert. Now, a lot of people...
No, your 97 is Forbidden Island.
Forbidden Island. Yep. Sorry about the spoiler. Forbidden Island. Make sure it's right side up. This was one of the first games we bought in the hobby games. It's one of the first co-ops we actually played. We play it with new players all the time. Do we play it all the time with ourselves? No, but probably once a year we break it out just for ourselves too. Is it swingy? Yes. Is it rough? Yes. At times, but honestly, it's just fun. And it stayed in our collection for probably almost 8 years now, maybe longer.
Yeah, probably. It's been for a while, and we enjoy it. And you know, it's a nice simple co-op, and it's enjoyable. Okay, my 97, we're on 97, right?
97.
Is Seven Wonders. And this is another game that I really enjoy, but I think it has been hit by the fact we can't play it right now.
Yeah.
And so I think that's one of the reasons it's down as far as it is. But I enjoy it. It's hard to teach to new players because it's one of those games you have to accept that you're not really going to fully get until you get through age 3. I mean, I'm sure some people can read the rules and understand it all. It took me a couple of plays, but I like that. I like all the different... I like that you can just get cards later on because you have the right one early, and I like all the different things, and I like building my wonders, and, you know, I just enjoy the whole process of it. So it's a game that I'm looking forward to, again, being able to play when there's some more people around.
So, because of the spoiler, my number 96 is Forbidden Desert. I like it better than Forbidden Island. There's a bit more to it. You've got the shifting sands that you as a team have to deal with and get the parts to build the flying machine to get out of there. I still like to play it. We actually play Forbidden Island more often than Forbidden Desert because Forbidden Island's our go-to to teach them a cooperative game, to get people into cooperative games. But this one's just got that edge that makes it better.
It's definitely harder. That sand can just bury you, and we've lost games because we've ran out of sand. Mine is Star Trek Panic, and I enjoy this because this is, this feels like the original series in a box. Things are exploding around you as things are happening, and you're trying to do it. It's fun. You feel like, what's going to explode next as the ship is like, by the end, the ship's got, all these parts falling off it, fire coming out of it.
Yep.
It's just a fun game, and it's really easy. It's cool how the ship turns and moves. It's just got some really neat mechanics, but yet it really feels like Star Trek, and I just really enjoy it.
Yep. Okay. So that was number 96. Going on to number 95. All right. I told you the 1812, 1754, all of those I lumped together. This one is different enough with commanders, and you're dealing with actually a lot of different mechanics in this one. So 878 Vikings is an Academy Games game. Again, dudes on a map. And this one is dudes.
This one's actually got little, it's not cubes. It's just cubes in 1754, 1775, and 1812. This one has little figures.
I will give you that this one is I think a better game. It's got a lot more going for it, and it still has the historical presence, and it's still got the core mechanism from those other games, but it brings more to it. So 878 Vikings, Invasions of England.
It's definitely got more going for it. If you enjoy that type of game but want a little bit more than what something like 1754 offers, that's the step up for you. Now my 95 was his earlier one.
Was 97. Yep.
And that's Forbidden Island. And again, this is the fact that it's in the same spot, really pretty close, says what it is. It's one of those games that we still really enjoy. But we play it, mostly with new players. Probably if we're going to get one of these out to play, we're going to play Forbidden Desert. But we still really enjoy this, and we often bring it to the table. So it's still here and still useful.
So that's true. We both talked about it. I can get out of the way. The spoiler, another one's coming up. But, so we're now moving on to 94. This is a new one. We haven't played it a lot, but it made my list because it's a very puzzly, fun game, Calico. It's new. It's actually a 2020 release. Weird. But it's just something so satisfying about filling in your blanket, your quilt, getting the cat to come over there to get some extra points from tokens that you can get. Plus, you're trying to meet these specific goals that you've got there and try and build around the different goals with the different patterns. I really like Calico. It surprises. It was a good Kickstarter. We kickstarted
and
this
that one didn't make my top 100, but it's simply, I think, because we haven't played it enough. I think it will eventually probably break the top 100 once I played enough, because a game like Patchwork, which we don't actually own Patchwork, we have the app for it, but one of the reasons I don't like Patchwork is to win, you almost need to make an ugly quilt. You're almost encouraged sometimes to leave holes because it scores better, and that frustrates the heck out of me, where you always get to finish your quilt in this one, and that just satisfies some need in me. And it's pretty, everything kind of matches up, and you're encouraged again to match, and that makes it better. So that's one of those games, I think the only reason it didn't make my top 100 is we haven't played it enough at this point.
Yep.
Now my 94 is Carcassonne the City, and I love Carcassonne. I like all the different versions of Carcassonne. This one, you're building the walls, and it gives a much more finite feel to the map, and I think that's really enjoyable about it. It gives it that slightly different feel, and it keeps kind of making it so you can't go one way. So it does kind of keep the map going in certain directions, which is neat. So this is one of those, can be kind of hard to find, but if you find it, pick it up, well worth playing this one.
I think Carcassonne's higher on my list as a Carcassonne. The City, I don't know if it made it just because we haven't played it. We'll have to look at the other ones. Moving on to 93, 13 Days, which I find hilarious that you keep forgetting this game exists.
I do.
This is Twilight Struggle in 45 minutes to an hour. So Twilight Struggle is a big, heavy, fun game where you play through the Cold War. This one, you play through the Cuban Missile Crisis, so you only take a part of it. But it's got aspects of each of them. We just don't have the time to play Twilight Struggle often. We just don't. We maybe get it to the table once a year, and we also have 1960, which depending on the year we might want to do more. This one can be played anytime. It doesn't take any setup, and it's got the exact same feel but accelerated. Is it as epic? No, but I really like this game, and it works really well. So 13 Days, Cuban Missile Crisis. My number 93. I'm sure we've screwed up the numbering at some point, but I'm not worried about it.
And that's a game I tend to overlook, and I don't know why, but I do. I should probably... It's a game I always enjoy when we play. I just don't ever think of it. My 93 is Pandemic, and this is one of those games that I think has fallen because we have played all of Pandemic Legacy Season 1 and Season 2. We've bought Season 0. We have not played it yet. And so I think we've played so much of it that this has kind of fallen down. And we finished Season 1 and Season 2, so right now those are kind of finished and done in our brains. I like the different expansions to Pandemic. We didn't list any other Pandemic ones. I like all the different ones. He doesn't like them as much as I do. He likes some of them much better. There's a couple that he really dislikes. He does not like the Rising Tides. I kind of like the Rising Tides. He doesn't. But anyways, I enjoy it. I like controlling the dams. I think it's kind of fun.
You're wrong. That's all.
No, you're wrong.
You're allowed to be wrong.
And I like we have the Pandemic Iberia, which is the Spanish flu one, and that's really cool. And we've lost miserably to that one. We tend to lose really well at these. But anyways, did we put the Cure on separately, right?
Cure is separate because it's a dice game. It's a different run. We haven't been making fun of each other because there's a lot of overlap on this one.
It's hard to make fun of each other when it's on our list somewhere else.
But I will tell you, I'm looking down. Everybody's like, "What's he looking at?" I'm looking at the other ones. I don't mind Fall of Rome either. I think if I had to pick, I would play probably Iberia, Fall of Rome, regular Pandemic, then Rising Tide, and the Cure I find better than all of them right now. Mostly because I'm played out. I know Z Garcia is going, but I'm played out. I'm toast with him.
Yeah, and I think if you would have asked me specifically about some of the other ones, I think like something like Pandemic Iberia would have been higher on my list than General Pandemic. Yeah. And yeah, we put them all together. But again, I think we've played so much of it. If I'm going to pull out Pandemic, I'm going to pull out Iberia or Fall of Rome, probably because I know he doesn't like Rising Tides. But hopefully I can convince someone else to play Rising Tides with me.
I'll play it with you. You're wrong, so it's fine. 92. Evolution. And I can hear lots of people. It's a fun game. It's not the most in-depth one, though there's some strategy. But we have a lot of fun playing this with our youngest son. He really likes dinosaurs and prehistoric things, and I know this doesn't actually match to that. But every time we've played it with him, he's had a blast. He's 10. He can understand and grasp the mechanics. And yeah, occasionally he asks questions, but he plays it and loves it. And that interaction with the 10-year-old really, I guess that's why it jumped up. Evolution by North Star Games, 92.
Well, and we just, we recently got rid of Evolution Beginning because he moved up to the full Evolution. So we've been through both incarnations with him. My 92 is Star Realms. It's a small card game. Yes, small. But we own probably too much of it. We have a big box of it. I mean, it's not completely full. I mean, there's a lot of space in here. But I enjoy it. I like a deck builder. I've always liked a good deck builder. And this one's quick and easy. My only complaint is that the way they did the points with the cards was just so freaking annoying. I'd almost rather just have a piece of paper out.
We do.
We often, or dice or something else.
Yep.
But I enjoy it. It's fun. It's I like that I can get all my blobs and just annihilate them in blobs.
Thanks.
Yes.
All right. My number 91 is Star Trek Panic.
Yeah, that was my 96.
Yep. And honestly, it's just fun. It's a co-op. You're working together. It's a tower defense game. The Enterprise is getting blown up because the Enterprise always gets blown up. It's got some unique mechanisms. But one of the things is it's mission-based, which a lot of tower defenses are just survive this round, survive next round, done. You have to complete missions. It's not just take the beating. It's, okay, I could fend this guy off, but if I do, I lose the card I need to complete this mission, and we can move on. I like it. It's fun. Star Trek Panic.
And our kids like it too. My 91 is Legendary. And this, again, is another deck builder. I like deck builders. Obviously, we've watched all of the Marvel movies. And so, or I've watched most of them. He's watched all of them. I have watched most of them. And so, you recognize people that you recognize stuff you've seen from the movies. So that's fun. And we get our butts handed to us most of the time playing this. But, sometimes we can pull off a win, and that's always really fun.
We've gotten better at that, but we have the comic book ones, and we have too many. But it's got such a huge variety, and we both like deck building a lot. So. And
this one's nice because it is very thematic compared to something like DC. I like the simplicity of the DC deck building. I know a lot of people don't like it, or Lord of the Rings, but I love the simplicity of them. This one is not as simple. It's definitely a little bit more work to set up, but it's a lot more thematic. You feel much more like you're fighting things and you're as a team. You can play it semi-co-op where then in the end you count points. We have never once counted points.
No.
Either we lose as a team or we win as a team. And we just always play it co-op. And we have a lot of fun like that. We like that it is co-op. It's a deck builder that then becomes that. So we really enjoy that.
Well, we don't have any banter. This one, I
think as we get down and, all of a sudden you get to a game that, we get down lower and we've ranked stuff lower. So.
Well, yeah.
We've got listed here where our games are coming up. Like, there's a number of these games that weren't on the other person's list, but as we go there, they're usually somewhere else. But we're trying not to say what's coming up.
But it wasn't even like bad stuff that wasn't on the list. So give it a minute. I'll mock you later.
Well, it's when we get here, you're going to make fun of me.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's 191 because there's too many top 100 board games of all time videos. We felt like we needed to add some more.
Yes, because we know you want to listen to us.
Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.